Hey friends, I hope y'all are having a great day today. If you're new, my name is Alicia, and today's video is a use it up video. I'm basically just taking y'all along with me for a few nights to show y'all how I'm using some random things in my house to avoid going to the grocery store. On this first night, I had started out by pressure cooking 2 chicken breasts in my Instant Pot. And I did save the water that the chicken cooked with. It's in that blue bowl. But I melted down some butter and I sauteed onions, then carrots, celery, and garlic. Now I'm adding back in the chicken some bay leaves, parsley, basil, thyme, garlic powder, onion powder, and some accent. And then I'm going to add back in the broth that the chicken cooked with, add some additional water, and then add my egg noodles. I don't even know if I told y'all what I made, but it's a chicken noodle soup, if you can't tell by now. And this was fabulous. The next night we had loaded baked potatoes, so I cooked the potatoes in the Instant Pot, pulled some barbecue pork from the freezer, taco meat from the fridge, shredded some cheese, sauteed up an onion, and then we had green onions and some sour cream. On this night, I made some sloppy joes and potato wedges. I pulled the hamburger buns out of the freezer. I just chopped up those potatoes into like wedges, added some oil and seasonings onto them, and roasted them in the oven. Technically, I burned them in the oven, but we'll just try to ignore that. So for the sloppy joe meat, I'm just going to start out by sauteing some green onions and celery that I had hanging out in the fridge. I'm just going to do the whites of the green onions at first. Originally, I was going to use a regular onion, but I just had one, and whenever I cut it open, it was bad. So I decided to just use up those green onions, that way they didn't go bad. I've also got a tiny amount of leftover pasta sauce from a different meal and a tiny bit of salsa that we've had for a little bit, and I didn't want it to mold or go bad. I only added 1 can of the sauce, and then I let this simmer until my potatoes were done burning. Cooking. We still ate them though. Burn, baby! Burn! The next meal I'm making is either a soup or a stew. I'm just going to go ahead and tell y'all. Y'all are going to have to excuse my voice. I'm over a cold, but the crazy sounding voice still remains. But anyways, I'm taking the leftover sloppy joe meat from the night before, and I'm going to add all those cans, basically everything else you just seen. I'm going to peel and dice up those potatoes and just add everything else in, along with a little bit of water. I am going to wait until later on to add the tortellini because I do not want them to just turn into basically nothing and obliterate into the stew/soup. I'm also going to pick through those green beans and get out any stems. I find quality control with green beans isn't as great as it used to be these days. So while I peel and chop up the potatoes, I'm going to give this a head start, go ahead and get it on the saute function. I find with the multi-cookers, you kind of gotta, boil them first before letting them slow cook.
Potatoes!
Does anybody else instantly think of Sam saying the potatoes anytime you're messing with potatoes or adding it to anything? No? Just me? Okay. Looky there. I didn't even peel those. The next meal has peeled. I washed those and queued them up. Sorry. Anyways, you're going to let that come up to a boil and then put it on the slow cook feature on high. And then whenever your potatoes are just barely tender, add in the dried tortellini. And I also added beef bouillon and onion powder, garlic powder. Oh, looky there. I included a clip of everything I added. And it was chicken broth, I guess. Anyways, this was amazing. I definitely would make it again, but it probably would never turn out the same. This was the final night that I was doing the fridge clean out, and I actually got this soup started and then went grocery shopping. That way we could come home and have dinner already prepared and didn't have to worry about fixing anything when we got home. So basically I just added everything that I showed y'all, except for I didn't show the seasonings I used. I kept it simple, just salt, pepper, and chicken bouillon, and I just let this cook on high for several hours. Alright friends, that is all for this video. I hope that y'all enjoyed it and it inspired you in some way, but above all, never forget that Jesus loves y'all and I love y'all too. I hope y'all have an amazing day and I'll see you real soon. Bye.